Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey, everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive look into the Lord of the Rings sets that were released by Lego back in the early 2010s. But before we go any further, let me just say if you like this video, any other videos on my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this particular video was taken from a clip from our live stream that we do known as the Brick Chat that you can catch here on Mikey J Productions. And it actually features a special guest from the Eurobricks forum community known as Azog there. And so stay tuned after my intro for some Lord of the Rings in-depth discussion coming in here now.
Yeah, my name is James. The name I put in the bottom there, Jaws Brick World, is an Instagram account I just started. I haven't posted anything yet, but I just started it. I'll be posting like photography there and mocks and stuff I'm making, mainly pirate mocks.
Ooh.
And I'm currently in college at the moment, in Colorado. And
What are you
yeah,
studying?
Miranda Space. Oh, I'm studying
Oh.
communications.
Oh, nice.
So how long have you
With
been
the-
into Lego?
I have been, oh man, pretty much my entire life.
Yeah.
Pretty much my entire life. I started out as a kid um, playing with some train sets that my dad had from my older siblings, because I have two older siblings. Yeah, so this set right here,
Hey.
set 4559,
Ooh.
was
That was
one
like
of the
your
first
first
sets I
game?
remember playing with.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's really cool.
That thing's cool.
It was a pretty cool train because you could actually remove the modules and like put cargo on there.
Oh, awesome.
What's interesting to me is I'm actually not familiar with that particular train.
Really?
Yeah, trains are actually something I didn't really get into until we started doing the layout down here because you need a lot of space for a train,
Right.
and once we decided that we were going to do a city, then I was like, okay, well you got to have a train. So it really wasn't until the last few years that I even really started looking at trains. So
That one's cool,
Right.
though.
yeah,
It's a cool one. And it was fun because as a kid, we actually had like a second dining room table. We put it in our basement. And this table was huge, so you could set up a whole train display and everything like that.
That's fun.
yeah.
And then I actually had this one on the side, which was set 2150, the red version of the train station. There was a yellow version as well back in the day.
I think I remember I was looking at that one because I was thinking about making a train station for ours before I got platform 9 3/4. And I saw that one. And I'm like, I should mock that.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
It is.
That's one of the things that we like to do is some of those older sets like that, go look and see what pieces they take and just make it.
Oh man. And then I don't have any pictures currently on the screen here, but I do have my other sets I played with as a kid too was the Adventures, the Egyptian Wave with Johnny Thunder. And those were a lot of fun to play with. And that was my dad's collection. He had those. But then the last set, or the first set I purchased as a kid, like with my own money, I saved up for and everything, was this one, 7622 Race for the Stolen Treasure from Indiana Jones.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
It was
That's a
cool
great
set.
set to buy.
That's when I was in my dark ages when all that stuff was coming out. So I missed the boat on all of that, Indiana Jones and even like the Johnny Thunders and stuff before then. But I actually some of the old Pharaoh sets, the Johnny Thunder stuff, we actually we acquired from my cousin. She donated some of them to us, and yeah, I'll show this one real quick. Mrs. was doing a mock on it, some of the old Pharaoh sets. So we have a handful of those guys, and then
Yeah, it's got the thing inside.
I like the back technique you did with the masonry bricks.
Thank you. The triangle, the pyramid.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very much
It's very early.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of just threw it together to put all the pieces so I could keep all the pieces together, so I wouldn't lose them.
I like it. And those doors, I think, in black are pretty rare, if I remember correctly.
In
I think they
black,
only came in some of the Egyptian sets.
really?
I think. I'm not sure.
yeah.
They're nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Indiana Jones, I know I was, we buy a lot of stuff on Bricklink, and we were shopping on there. And when you're buying through a certain store or whatever, it's kind of in your best interest to see what other things they have and not just buy
More budget friendly.
Yeah,
Because you got to pay for shipping.
right. And so I actually got Indiana Jones and maybe Short
Yeah,
Round
we got Short Round.
from just some random stores. I'd be like, oh, there's Indiana Jones. Add to cart.
It was so good. And hopefully they bring it back next year with the 5th movie coming out.
That'd be nice.
But I have a feeling they're just going to take the route where they just do like, one set for the 5th movie and then just don't do anything else, like they did for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, though.
So what made you choose Azog as your name on Eurobricks?
Well, so I started the account when I was 14 years old, so that could be some of it. I was really into The Hobbit at that time because it was like the first time, at least in my young adult life, that I was really into a major movie series, I guess. So I really got into The Hobbit when it was coming out. I remember seeing him in theaters. And to this day, just because of nostalgia, the Desolation of Smaug movie, even though it wasn't that great, it's still one of my favorite movies of all time, just because of that. And so, yeah, I picked Azog because at the time, he was an exclusive Comic-Con figure. So I thought he was just a really cool figure.
Yeah.
And then obviously Lego Lamb sets. I do own them. I said they don't have them here. It's at my house. But
we do.
Yeah.
We have it here.
There's Azog.
Cool figure.
He's a very cool figure. I agree. They really did a fantastic job with all of those Lord of the Rings figures in general.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
And the wargs are so cool.
Yeah.
I've been hearing rumors of them possibly bringing them back. I know that would make me happy.
The wargs.
They can make a lot of people
happy.
They should. I mean, I spend too much money on Harry Potter, so it would be nice to sink some money into a different genre.
Well, that's why I'm
for Harry Potter. Huh? They actually released some sets today. The new summer line. They revealed pictures.
I saw that. Yes, I was like, oh, my bank account. I'm gonna have to.
It's so good.
So, what kind of sets are on your radar?
At the moment, okay. So obviously the 90th anniversary castle coming out, the rumored castle. I'm really excited for that one.
Me too.
And I'm curious to see what the CMF figures are going to look like, the anniversary CMF, and the promo that's going to be with it, because we know there's going to be an exclusive promo that comes with the set. So I have a feeling the promo might be pirates, because they haven't done anything pirates related this year. So they might do a pirate promo to go with the castle set. That's just my thoughts.
I like that thought.
Well,
and the classic space got the tribute with like the plushies, and now there's that hat gonna be on the VIP site. So,
well, and it I don't know for certain, but I would assume that, because didn't they hold a poll for which, and they let the fans vote on what would be the 90th anniversary set, and I'm not taking anything away from the space theme. But I mean, I would think Pirates had to have finished second. I'm surprised Castle even beat it out, honestly.
Yeah, I think the reason Castle beat it out was just because of Barracuda Bay. Maybe because fans already were satisfied with Barracuda Bay. They decided they weren't going to vote for that and vote for Castle instead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know, but I would have preferred Pirates.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a huge pirate collector. I love it. You can see I have the flagship up there.
Oh yeah.
And I have other sets
too. Did you Bricklink that?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. Way back in 2016.
Yeah, I remember saying, because I've been talking to you for a while on Eurobricks, and I remember you sending me messages about how difficult it would be to do it. And so talk
Yeah.
about your experience with it then.
Oh man, so I didn't have a debit card or PayPal at the time. I was only 16 years old. So I was doing every single purchase with money orders. And
Oh.
obviously that takes forever because you have to send the money order out and then they will send the parts out.
Mm-hmm.
So it took almost a whole year just to get the thing built.
Wow.
And there was some parts I wanted to switch up because I was like, hey, I have the opportunity to make it my own because I'm not just buying the set. So I made it a
Right.
Bluecoat ship because I always preferred the Bluecoats. And I actually don't think you can tell, and I guess not. I had a little blue stripe in the front to continue that medium blue line, and that makes it look a little bit cleaner. And there's a whole top deck now, completely revamped.
Oh.
There's like
nice.
little cannons on it. It's really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
I plan on posting it and sharing it once it's done. I just haven't finished the spanker sail. I'm planning on adding a full spanker sail to the back with a French flag attached to it. I just haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I made mine a Bluecoat ship as well, and mine was for similar reasons, but not because I like the Bluecoats better. I actually prefer the Redcoats, but for me it was the way that they put the blue on the ship to begin with already kind of made it feel a little bit like a Bluecoat ship. And then I did my St. Mary mock, and that one I originally wanted to make a Greencoat ship because I was going to make it like a Spanish ship. But the best sails that I could get for it on Bricklink, they're custom sails because I just didn't want to get red and white or just use Imperial Flagship sails again. I wanted to get something a little different for it, and they had the red cross on it, and I liked the way it looked, and so after just sitting on it for a while, I was like, I have to make that one my Redcoat flagship then.
It's behind me.
Yeah, and
I was looking for it.
So I was like, well, that's perfect time to turn my Imperial flagship into my Bluecoat flagship.
It's nice, and I wish we did get more big ships like that. Especially, that's actually the main reason I bricklinked that in 2016 because I was fully expecting Lego to come out with this massive Bluecoat ship the following year, like they did with the 2010 Pirates. And when they did it and it was just canceled altogether, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own.
Yeah.
So that's what I decided to do there.
Well, and
I
that's
agree with you. The Redcoats have better sets than the Bluecoats. I do agree with you there.
Well, and it just, for me, it was when I became a fan of Lego. I mean, I actually, I grew up with all the classic pirate sets and everything. And even though the Bluecoats came first, and I did have Bluecoat sets first, the first big Redcoats sets that I got was the original Imperial Flagship and then the Imperial Trading Post. And those were the two big Redcoat sets. And I didn't get the Eldorado Fortress until much later. And so it was, that's why I've just had more nostalgia for the Redcoats personally. And then the fact that they haven't released the Redcoats properly since 2009 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been too long. And I'm just really hoping we would get at least one or two Redcoat figures with like Barracuda Bay, for example. But
yeah.
Oh, well. I do own Imperial Trading Post and the original Imperial Flagship too. And man, those are fantastic sets.
Yeah, I did end up reacquiring the Imperial Trading Post. I had to get that one. But the original Imperial Flagship, I have the hulls for it because, again, we were buying through Bricklink, and I'm sitting there looking through stuff, and they're like, oh, there's two original Imperial Flagship hulls pieces, so add to cart there. But I haven't actually gone through and actually made it a priority to build that ship. And the reason being is that even though I love it, it's a classic Lego set, I could put that money towards building something better, if I'm honest.
Exactly. That's what makes it so hard, those sets. And like nowadays, especially with the Imperial Flagship going for $1,000, it's insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
Because I paid only $500 or $600 for it when I bricklinked it back in 2016.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely it takes more work, but like I did a couple. The Pirates Fort that was released in the mid 2000s, that one, it's I forget the set number, but that one's not super expensive on the aftermarket, but for the piece count, it's overpriced in my opinion. And then the original blacksmith shop that
Oh
they
man.
it was like a fan submission or something long before Lego Ideas. I just bricklinked both of those and I made them. I feel better, and they were far cheaper than trying to buy the actual sets.
Yeah, because I remember at that blacksmith shop, I think the only really rare thing was the bartender figure. That one girl.
Yeah.
I think she was the only rare part. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a classic set. I'm glad they actually kind of remade it with the modern blacksmith shop.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's sitting back there.
Oh, it's amazing.
We haven't built it yet.
Oh no, it's over there.
But it's definitely it's one that I think we're saving for her to build on the channel here.
Well, I got myself all set up, so I'll probably do it sometime.
Do some live builds or whatnot. What is your favorite part of the Lego hobby?
I think, man, I like collecting the vintage stuff, even though it's very expensive. My goal is to get every pirate set eventually. I have all the Imperial sets now, so every Imperial set ever made I own, or at least any set that included an Imperial soldier, which I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I just don't really care too much about the ships, I guess. So I haven't really bought the old vintage ships other than the Imperial ones because I think the modern ones are better anyway. So they're really expensive. Like Skull's Eye Schooner is around $600.
Yeah.
So
I know that's
just too much.
That was my pirate ship of my childhood. I never had Black Seas Barracuda as a kid, but I had Skull Eye Schooner. And again, I don't have that one in my collection now. And it's the same reason that as much as I love that ship, for $600, I could build a better pirate ship than that.
So I guess the first set I'll share. So I will say that it was an interesting perspective I had at the time because I was only 12 years old when all these sets came out.
Okay.
So I was like the prime age for it, I guess. I did own this set back in the day, Gandalf Arrives, because it was just such a cool wagon.
It was.
Yeah.
We don't own that one.
It's cool. It like the sloping of it, like at the time at least, we never got like a trailer type thing that had the sloping like that. It just looked really nice. And then for me as a 12-year-old, it came with so many cool accessories. I had like the book piece, which I didn't own before, the carrot, which I didn't own, that like snake firework thing I didn't own, and the new horse obviously was very exciting for this set.
Yeah.
It's a big upgrade over the original horse. For sure.
Oh man, and I'm glad the old Bardings, the old horse Bardings, still work with the new horses.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure.
That was well thought out.
Just improve it. Don't
Yeah, don't change too much. Just improve.
The next one, Sheila Attacks. I didn't own this set. I never actually owned it. I do actually own the whole Fellowship now. I will say that I got a good deal on them when I bought the Tower of Orthanc that's behind me.
Yeah.
We had this set.
Yeah, we got Sheila around here somewhere.
Yeah, my son plays with her.
Moves her all around.
She's never in the same spot.
It's the best spider they've ever made.
Yeah, it is. It's a really cool, big, giant spider.
Sheila is such a upgrade.
Yeah.
She's
he's amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
The fact that you got the string to actually like, tie Frodo in a web and had Gollum and everything, it was pretty cool.
I like the eyes on Frodo.
Yeah, the scared eyes.
The white. Well, they're not scared. They're more like possessed. But petrified. Yeah, I have them somewhere.
What's crazy is that most of these figures were exclusive in these sets. So for example, when Shelob Attacks, Frodo was exclusive because of the cape.
Yeah.
Oh, and his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were all exclusive. And of course, Sam was, and now he's too expensive. That's the pattern with all these old ring sets is that all the figures are just too expensive nowadays.
Yeah, that's why we got into collecting them at the right time.
So the next, I guess, is Yokai Army. I did buy this one when I was a kid, mainly because, like I said, I just wanted the orcs. And they were so cool.
That is one that we don't have, and I was literally just talking about it while we were getting ready for this episode, and it's because the amount of pieces and what you get in this set, it was fantastic value at the time, but so many people used it to build orc armies and stuff that in the aftermarket, I'm just like, no thanks. But I really
too
want the
expensive.
castle extension. Yeah, that I might just have to bricklink that castle extension.
Yeah.
Do you own the original Homesteep?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
See, I don't own Homesteep. I own this part.
It would fit nicely with ours.
I don't have the set anymore, sadly. I still have the minifigs laying around and stuff, but the section of the wall, I actually took it apart and used those pieces to extend the King's Castle from Kingdoms.
Yeah,
to make it bigger.
that's a good idea.
Because
So, yeah, I don't have the build
what
together.
we ended up doing with it was a lot of these sets that we didn't want to necessarily purchase, we just cherry picked some of the minifigures on Bricklink. Like who's on the horse there? Who comes in this one?
EMR.
Earman, we don't
have him though. We don't have
any of them.
He's a cool figure.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those sets just weren't good. Like, I'll get to the Hobbit later on, but like that warg ambush with the tree, it wasn't really that good.
But the wargs.
The wargs were cool.
That's why we got it.
The
wargs. I don't even think the tree is still standing.
No, we have the tree. It's
it is. Surprising. But yeah, those wargs were so cool in that set. I had to buy it. Yeah.
But I get what you're saying though. Like if I was just going in there to buy one Lord of the Rings set, like
that wouldn't have been the one.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the hard part with the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit was they had a lot of good sets, but there was also a lot that were just kind of iffy. And you just kind of made it for the figures or stuff like that.
You know, it's funny. I haven't even looked up the value of some of these minifigures from this.
You don't want to.
Maybe I do.
I was going to say, I think we have that. We have Theoden. King Theoden has that shield as well.
He's one of the Lord of the Rings figures I'm missing still. Him and the original Aragorn, not the King version, but the original one. I'm missing those two.
Is it the brown one?
Yeah, the more strider.
Otherwise, I got every Lord of the Rings figure, which is pretty cool.
We have all but 23 of them.
And the ones that we're missing,
some of them are like
Eomer is one, and Soldier of the Dead, Pirate of Umbar. We didn't get any of those.
Yeah, we didn't get.
And then just the rest of them that we're missing are just variants on characters we do have.
Yeah, like variants on Bilbo, the patchwork coat, and the green shirt. Yeah, we didn't get that one either. The green shirt one.
Also, just to end on this set real quick too, the Rohan Soldier obviously is the most collectible figure in the set. He goes for $40, $50 now.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Wow.
Just for a soldier.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And it's just because he only came in this set. Helm's Deep didn't have any Rohan soldiers. So if you wanted to build a Rohan army, you had to get a whole bunch of the set, but you only had one.
Yeah. And so with all the orcs in it as well, it definitely was a popular army building set.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty hard to find. I remember I got it on release. I remember I went to like local Toys R Us and just bought it immediately. But I remember you never really saw it on shelves. I'll tell you that. It was a cool set, though. I like the ballista. It was definitely the coolest ballista we've gotten at the time. I think the Hobbit one later on was better, but this was still really cool. And then the next set, I don't own this one either. The Attack on Weathertop. This was a cool one. I almost bought it too.
We do own it, but we didn't use the pieces to keep that.
We didn't make Weathertop. No. We just kept the minifigures because it has Mary in it or Pippin.
Mary.
Yeah. So, because I think I had to bricklink Pippin because that one had Mary in it and it had the ring race. So we bought 2 of those sets. And I think I sold.
The ring race was so cool. They were so cool figures, and of course with like the demon horse almost.
With the red eyes.
Yeah.
And I actually have that one here at least. I don't know if you can
ring
see
race are they're a must.
Yeah, he's got it.
So it's such a cool horse, and the ring race, like the cape was cool. I think it's still exclusive to them to this day. Just a cool figure.
Yeah, they are really in the black hood and.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I almost got this one. It was like these sets came out in 2012, and I actually almost bought it in 2015 for retail price because it actually was like for some reason this random toy store, it was like a small toy store had it for $60 or whatever. And I was so close to getting it. I decided not to, and I still kind of regret it to this day.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It was a cool set. And I think Mary, once again, he was the exclusive figure along with the ring race, so he goes
Yeah.
for a decent amount.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was one problem, I think, the whole Lord of the Rings line. Obviously, Lego wants to make money, but the fact that they had to split the Fellowship up in every set made it so hard to collect them all.
Mm-hmm.
But and it
That's
made it
where
so
Bricklink
expensive
comes
nowadays
in.
too.
Yeah.
Because I think I checked it recently to get the complete Fellowship. If you get Gandalf the White and King Aragorn, costs like $300 just for the figures.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's a lot.
I'm like, I have two here. I have two Gandalf the Whites.
You do? Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I only have the one.
Yeah.
And then I guess the Mines of Moria, this set, and even still to this day, don't get me wrong, the Moria orcs are cool, Boromir was cool, Pippin's cool, and the Cave Troll was really cool. But the set's kind of lame. I still
Yeah.
think of it this day.
I agree. We did buy this one, but we just kept the minifigures and stuff, and we just used the parts for something else, or we sold them, I think, is what we did. Because I agree. But for me, it's any sets that are an inside scene, they don't really fit what we're doing here.
They don't fit our.
You know, you need to have a structure that's it's in for it to work.
You could modernize this set if you spend a lot of money by, buying 3 of it. That way you have 3 walls, and then you can like use the rest of the remaining bricks to like close up the area around the door, and then put it on like a black base and have like a diorama set, like the adults only. You can do that pretty easy with this, but it just never seemed worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a cool scene in the movie, but just for $80, which was the retail price, just
I think they
wasn't
just
that
wanted
good.
to make that troll.
It's the same
cave
thing
troll.
as the Dol Guldur set in the Hobbit. That and Mines of Moria are pretty interchangeable in my opinion.
Yeah, the Dol Guldur, it was a cool set. Obviously, Radagast the Brown was cool. The Necromancer was cool, but
the rest of it was just kind of
yeah, it was just all right.
Mm-hmm.
The next set obviously is Homesteep. As a 12-year-old, I didn't like this set at all. Even knowing the source material, I just didn't like it because it just never felt complete to me. I still kind of feel like that today.
It's funny you say that because, we do have it. And while I do like it, if I'm honest, if I was to go through and rank all my castles, like that Helm's Deep might be at the bottom of the list. And it's for that very reason that it feels like an incomplete structure where the rest of them feel far more complete to me.
And even if you add the extra wall sections, you're still missing the whole mountain behind it. And I know Lego can't do that, but it just doesn't work. There was cool parts to it though. This part right here with the brown bricks to represent like the wood, and you can throw rocks down. That was pretty cool in my eyes because no castle before ever did that, even though it's a pretty realistic feature.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Obviously, the masonry bricks were cool. I like the curving of it.
Yeah, the curving is really cool. There's a lot of really nice elements to it.
It just feels unfinished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it should have been probably a $200 or $300 set, and I mean it was probably just $100 or something.
Yeah, it was 130. I figure. Let's see. I think it's on Bricksite here. Yeah, $130.
Yeah. See, I mean, if they bumped it up to just even 200 and just completed it more, it would have been that much better.
Yeah. And like even if you bought the wall sections, it just doesn't work in my opinion. Still cool though. It's unique and obviously it's very iconic, but just didn't work. But I will say, I guess also to correct myself earlier, the Rohan Shield is not exclusive to the other set. It does come here too.
Yeah.
I already knew that.
You should have corrected me earlier.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Theoden was cool in this set, obviously, with his gold armor.
Yes.
Just looks so good.
Yes.
And Howder is the elf in the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably butchered the way you're supposed to say that.
I think you did good.
Haldir, yeah.
Haldir, Howder, I forget exactly how, but pun intended. Pretty cool set though. Otherwise, just incomplete.
Right. What about
And then
that?
this set, I loved this one actually as a kid, as a 12-year-old. It was cool, the Orc Forge. Because there was just so much you could do with it. It was a very iconic scene.
Very playable.
Very playable, yeah. Like it was perfect. You could actually pull the orc out of the ground. You had the metals. You know, I would stack these like 1x1 tiles on the side to like pretend mining it. Then you could put up the barrel, shove it down the chute, burn it, and then forge it. It was just the most complete set that was just perfect in my opinion. And at the time, it gave you the mortal orcs, which I think was exclusive to this set, at least till the second wave.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool because before this, we only had the Yokai and the Moria orcs.
Right.
It was cool at the time.
No, we didn't get the Orc Forge, and I do regret not getting it.
Are you sure? Because I remember that. Is that that wheel comes in something else then?
Yeah, we've had, it's similar to the Goblin King. We used the Goblin King set for our Tower of Orthanc to kind of, because a lot of people I saw, they would use the Orc Forge and put it around the Tower of Orthanc with the Black Gate and everything. And so we just kind of supplemented the Orc Forge with the Goblin King stuff.
It's similar enough. You don't have to get too precise with it.
Yeah.
And plus, the set was pretty small. I did extend it, so I decided they don't have it on me here. It's at my house. But I added it on I want to say it's a 16 by 32 base plate, like a gray base plate from the good old days.
Oh yeah, we have a gazillion of those.
Yeah.
So I added it on that base plate, took apart all these plates here, and just put it on there, and I extended it out to where this sword forging place was just on the side here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool, and I still have it to this day, and I think it's a good modification for it, make it a little bit better. And also, at least at this time, the hand-printed shields and helmets were exclusive to the set.
Yeah. Yep.
We later saw it in the Tower of Orthanc with this figure right here, but they're cool.
Yeah.
I like the handprints.
I was gonna say, I know I have a shield and a hat.
Yeah.
I think we have 2 helmets because Berserker was hiding under one, and I couldn't find him forever. He was. I was like, I know we have Berserker because I think we bought him separately, and so because to make sure we had him, and he was hiding under one of the hats. My son plays with them all.
I mean, it's still a toy at the end of the day,
right?
And it's pretty good.
Although, what'd you say, $300 for the fellowship?
Right, I might need to put those in a safe place.
Oh man, they're expensive. I'm very fortunate to own it. Just a quick side story, and I'll get to the Tower of Orthanc in a sec. I actually bought it last year, back August. I've wanted this set forever. I've just been kind of waiting to see that good deal finally. And I actually got a really good deal on it. I got it for like $300 used, which sounds like a lot. But he also included the entire fellowship.
Oh,
nice.
Just with it.
Yeah.
So I was really excited for that. So I jumped on it immediately, and that's how I ended up having the whole fellowship, at least with Gandalf the White and then King Aragorn. So cool. It's a great set. I built it, like I said, most recently. It took forever because there's like 2,000 something pieces, and I had to wash them all because it was used.
Yeah.
And you have 2,000 pieces sitting on your desk, and you're like trying to find that one piece you need.
Oh.
It took a little while.
Yeah.
But it was fun. So yeah, there's the Orc Forge, and this was actually exclusive to Target, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Nice.
Which made it a little bit harder to get.
Yeah, right.
And then obviously, like I said, the Tower of Orthanc. This set's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's far and away the best Lord of the Rings set to date. Like, it's not even close.
Well, I mean, it might be. I still kind of categorize it as one of the best sets ever made in general.
Yeah.
Because until the Saturn V, it was also one of the tallest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
The Disney Tower is just a little taller.
I don't know
True.
that it is. I think they're about the same. I bet if we pulled out the tape measure, I bet the top spire of the Disney castle and the top of the Tower of Orthanc, I bet are the same height.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Well, I'll have to make my Hogwarts a little taller. Just
No. Hogwarts can be wide, but it can't be taller.
Oh man, I haven't bought really too many Hogwarts sets. I had the Great Hall, or I guess the Chamber of Secrets set that came out last
That's
year.
the new one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really like that one.
I have the old one. I have a double of that I made. And then I actually got that Chamber of Secrets because I couldn't wait to get my hands on that Chamber of Secrets. So I raised mine up and put that underneath it.
What was the first time I got the Basilisk again in so long?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know, my son took off with him. I don't know where he went. I think he's at the Tower Bridge.
That's amazing. Just a snake attacking London.
Yeah. Just swimming in the sea under the bridge, waiting for his next victim.
Well, every time I come down here, Smog is always up to no good somewhere.
I don't know where he is.
Usually that's what, he'll get, now we got the Basilisks and Smog and get my other dragons and, he'll get the Indominus Rex and they're all together causing havoc on something.
I don't own the Indominus Rex. I should have bought him last year when he was in that remake version of him. I just never got it. And Jurassic World is actually one of my favorite movies, so I kind of regret that.
Yeah.
We don't collect that theme. Our son does.
Yeah.
So that's why we've gotten stuff. But
he got it for Christmas, I think, from Grandpa.
The dinosaurs are cool.
Dinosaurs are cool.
There's just so much Lego that you have to draw your line somewhere. You can't. I mean, you'd just be foolish to try to get it all.
Everything.
And that's kind of like just a side note. My line kind of is, I'm trying to collect everything pirates. That's my main focus. And then I have Castle next, but I don't particularly want the vintage stuff, as weird as that sounds. I just kind of like the modern wave of Castle sets, and I like the making my own mocks and stuff to revamp the old ones. So I like doing that more Castle, because unless you want to spend millions, you can't collect the vintage pirates and vintage Castle. It's just too much.
Yeah.
So I just set my line. I just pick pirates and new Castle.
Yeah, you got to limit yourself.
Yeah, that's why Pirates is number 1 for me. Castle's number 2, and then Lord of the Rings is number 3 for me. And then it would be probably modular buildings, stuff for our city. That's the last.
Yeah, I try to avoid collecting that.
Yeah,
it's a bad habit that can start.
We haven't gotten a lot of the new stuff.
Yeah, the newer modular buildings we haven't gotten.
We haven't picked those up. I've been enthralled with Harry Potter, and he's been into his castles and his pirate ships and stuff. So
especially with that new 90th castle coming out,
he's rethinking the whole layout.
Oh, it's changing.
Oh my goodness,
sure. It's gonna be a big castle. I'm not gonna be surprised if it's huge. It has like the guarded in built into it. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be really cool.
Well, that's what I was telling her. I mean, if you go back and look at castles historically from Lego, the price to piece count was always really good on castle sets because they weren't a licensed theme. And so if correct me if I'm wrong, but the Disney castle costs $350, and that's a licensed theme castle.
Yep.
So if this one is $350 as an unlicensed castle, that should give perspective on how big this thing is going to be.
I mean, even think about Barracuda Bay. That was only $200, and look how massive that was.
Yeah.
Add an extra $150 to that, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Huge set. I will say, speaking of the modulars, I don't collect them because I just feel like I have bad habits going to start. I'll buy one and then I would never stop buying them. I don't want to start that. But the most recent one, the Boutique Hotel, there was a bellhopper torso, or the bellhopper figure, I guess. Well, I used that torso to actually create a new faction.
Oh, hey,
pretty cool.
Nice. Oh, put it up higher.
Let's
put you bigger. Hold on. There you go. Oh my gosh, he's so cool.
Yeah.
I love
it.
Yeah.
You look like proper Greencoat.
It sure does.
It works very well. And So what I mainly was doing was based on the 95th Rifleman Division in the real world of the British during the Napoleonic time. Technically, they wore dark green uniforms, but
That's
I'll
pretty
take
darn
the sand
cool.
green.
Hey,
And then I like the vintage, so obviously I want everything to be vintage inspired. So that's why I had the classic smiley face on him.
Yeah.
And then the officer I made just like the old British ones,
Oh.
which I think looks pretty cool.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
I recommend them. I really do. Please get some of those torsos.
Yeah, that's why, like, I've gotten some comments, just friendly jabs from some people over the years about, well, don't you what about the Greencoats? Because I don't give the Spaniards much credit in my layout and everything.
Mhm.
And the biggest reason why is when I go back and look at the classic figures that came out to represent the Spanish at the time, I don't like them. I just plain don't like them. And so I'm just like, the Redcoats are cool, the Bluecoats are cool, the Greencoats, not really feeling it.
Well, it's 3D printed, so it's not authentic Lego, but I do have a treat for you real quick.
Oh.
Look how cool this is.
Oh, look at
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah.
I love him.
That
So
is
it's just a
cool.
massive blue coat. I will say I need to get glue because his backpack broke a little bit.
Yeah, but he is adorable.
Yeah.
I love
So this
him.
is actually made by Maxi Figures on Instagram.
Oh, I'll have to look into them.
In Australia.
Yeah, I see you
cool.
do you have another one of those shooters on your wall behind you?
Yeah, so he actually made a second one that didn't really fit in the hand too well. So he gave me it for free. So yeah, I have it hung up there. Normally have my TV there. So
yeah,
cool
I
spot.
love him.
How much did he cost?
Yeah. I think 200, which is a lot, but for a custom work, and he custom painted it. Like everything is pretty amazing on it.
He is beautiful.
He is beautiful. I love him.
And if you just want to know the scale a little bit better, I do have actual
Bluecoat right on him. Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
I love him.
I tell you, if I had that, my son would use him as some kind of monster that would be
attacking the Lego world. I can only imagine the havoc he would wreak.
It's cool, and everything works just like a real Lego. So you can take apart the helmet. You can take them all apart.
Oh, cool.
All the joints move. Yeah, it works just like a real Lego figure.
Did he come assembled, or did you have to assemble him?
I had to assemble him.
That's fun. I was hoping that you would say that.
Some assembly required.
Well, that's the fun part, man.
Oh, it's so cool. Like I said, the only sad part is it came from Australia, and I'm in Colorado, so it took about a month to get here. And when I got it, like I said, the backpack was broken, so I guess they were just not too careful with it and shipping, which kind of sucks, but it's all right.
Well, he's
I just need to get some crazy
adorable.
Oh, he's amazing. He said he's gonna be making a Redcoat soon, and I said I'd be interested if he does.
Ooh.
So excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely prefer the Bluecoats, mainly because in 2015, when those sets came out, like the revamped Bluecoats, that was the first time I collected Lego Pirates. I actually played with the Mega Bloks Pirates of the Caribbean sets when I was a kid. But the first time collecting Lego Pirates was the 2015 wave. So when I found out that they actually made vintage Bluecoats, I was like, oh. It all started there.
Mind blown.
Pocketbook empty.
Yeah, I mean, I went crazy on the 2015 wave as well. I mean, anything and everything. And luckily enough, well, I guess unfortunately, that both Castle and Lego Pirates, because they released Castle in 2013 and then it was Pirates in 2015. Yeah. And both of those waves, I guess, must not have done very well. Because I was able to get a whole bunch of them just on clearance, and it was great for getting more minifigures and stuff, but unfortunately they haven't really come back too strong, except for last couple of years with Barracuda Bay and now with the 90th Castle.
And at least we had the creator ones, but those were all right.
Yeah, the creator pirate ship, it's better than nothing, in my opinion, but I used it for my Barracuda Bay island and mocked it in there. and kept the ship out because the ship's cool.
But the island was so cool, so
I couldn't make the decision what I liked more, so I actually ended up just buying a second Barracuda Bay.
Well, we had a second too, but it was our son's, so we had already bought two. So I'm like, I'm not buying a third.
Yeah.
Let's just use what we have.
Yeah, so I
creator
donated
one.
my creatorship
Yeah.
as my part of my island, and then the new castle, the 3-in-1 castle, I'm gonna be getting 2 of those and supersizing that one. I was
Have you bought it
debating.
yet?
No, I
No.
haven't bought it yet, but
Okay.
it's the next one on my list. But I won't be buying any more Lego until I get that one. And I debated getting 3 of them because there are some really cool things you could do with 3 of them. But
Yeah.
the reason why I'm not is because for our layout, we're getting the 90th anniversary castle.
Mhm.
That's going to be a show-stopping castle. That's going to be a showpiece castle, and that's going to be my proper king's castle. And I'm going to put that in our village, and then the rest of my castles I'm going to set up as a little castle display over here a little bit. And I don't want those will be like for my dukes, all live. And they're going to be fighting each other. But so, moral of the story is someone can't have a grand castle as a duke. It's got to be equivalent to the other ones. And let the king have the big showpiece castle.
Out of curiosity, were you lucky enough to get your hands on the castle in the forest from Brickling?
No.
I do have it. I don't want to flex, but I do have it.
Lucky.
That's
I was
okay.
very fortunate.
That's okay. I've seen a few people have been talking about it lately. We just did a stream yesterday with Cy O'Connor and London Bridge Bricks, and I saw London Bridge Bricks has got it back there as well. I mean, that's definitely a cool thing.
It's like it's a perfect forest, or it's not forest, fortress. It's just really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have it on the bookshelf right back here. It's just on one of the bottom shelves. You can't see it. But yeah, it's a really cool set.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for I haven't bought the Creator One castle yet either. I've been debating on it because I have 20-something Black Falcon soldiers I bought, but they don't have a castle. So I've been debating on it. I just don't really like the look of it, just the stock set.
Yeah, that's why I think you almost have to get 2 of them
to mock it. What's that website that you went to? That
Rebrickable.
Rebrickable. They have some nice
alternate builds
of that set.
I saw this one guy on Instagram. He had 7 of them.
Wow.
And he made a massive castle. It was really impressive.
I bet. that's a lot.
He had a full fortress. It had a bridge and everything, and then he had a full wall surrounding it.
Wow.
It was really cool.
I'll have to check it out. That does sound nice.
I wish I knew his tag, but yeah, it's amazing.
For me, everything's gotta fit in with our layout properly in my brain, And so we can't have castles that are 2 that show up Hogwarts or something everything's got to have the proper pecking order. And the 90th.
That's how I am with the ships.
See, that's why my biggest ship being my Flying Dutchman mock, and I'm okay with that being grandiose because it's Flying Dutchman,
right?
But
such a missed opportunity. We should have got that as a Lego set.
I know. It's ridiculous that it never happened. I mean,
oh man.
That was literally a blunder on Lego's part. And I think
sorry.
If it comes, because there are rumors of another movie and all that stuff, and clearly Disney and Lego still have a pretty good working relationship. So I mean, there's always a chance that it could come, but I don't know. If it does come, I think it'll be a little bit on the disappointing side.
Smaller.
It'll be
that's what the Black Pearl was for me.
Yeah, the Black Pearl, just a little tiny and dainty.
I like it for what it is, but it's definitely where I'm at with my Lego collecting. Really, is if they release something that blows me away that I just have to have, I'm all for that. But for the most part, I'm just making the current stuff that we have better, and so like the Black Pearl, that would be the next pirate ship thing I would do would be put that on par with my Flying Dutchman.
Who's on the black purple? Norrington?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, he almost looked like Aragorn. I'm like, hey, it's got my
Same
stuff.
hairpiece. Real quick too, just some of the custom figures I was talking about. Here's that custom Gondor soldier.
Here we go.
Oh,
really
I
good.
love his shield.
Oh yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, he has like the pointy helmet.
Oh yeah.
He's just a cool figure.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
So
look
it's
at
a
his,
custom
I love
made-
his armor.
So the armor didn't come with it. I threw this on. It's the Falcon Knight armor from the blacksmith shop.
So I got one question for you. Do you have Sauron?
I don't. I do not. I do have the Witch King though, which I'm pretty happy about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a cool.
That
Witch
is a
King.
cool one.
Yeah, we have the White Witch King.
Yeah, he doesn't have as cool of a hat.
Yeah, well, that's because ours is from.
It's a cool piece.
No, that's the King of the. Yeah, that's.
Oh, here he is.
That's all custom stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made by a company called iiRcadians. I forget what country they're in. It's a different country, but very quality stuff. They have really amazing ones. Like for example, here's a Faramir figure.
Oh. Yeah.
And like it's so good because it's pad printed, so it's not the UV printing.
Yeah.
So it blends in very well.
It looks really nice.
So that's good. And then two other customs real quick. I have the Elythian Rangers, which look pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Those are cool. I love that printing.
It's so cool because they kind of copied it from the Aragorn figure.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did such a good job copying it too. Looks great.
And then my favorite one, probably surprisingly, is the Easterling. They look so good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at his helmet.
The helmet, it's cool.
Yeah, that's so
unique.
Very unique.
And then he even has like the armor printing, or the armor, not printing. It's just so cool what he did.
Oh, like molding. Oh, that is cool. I like that piece.
I don't know how he made these because it's not 3D printed. It's pretty advanced. It's really good.
He actually molded it.
And of course, the custom shield too.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's neat.
I remember a couple of years ago now, somebody was talking on Eurobricks about they were selling a custom Sauron, and I want to say he was pretty expensive. That's why I never decided to pick it up. But I remember he was really cool though.
iiRcadians did have one available. It was $50. It's sold out now, but I just didn't want to spend $50 on a custom.
Yeah. I did that once, and I don't know if I'll ever do it again.
Was that Gozer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spent $50 to get a custom printed Gozer.
No, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gozer.
Yeah. Nobody else does.
The most I paid was the Witch King. He costs $30, which is a lot, but for what he is, I think he's really worth it.
Yeah, he's really cool.
That helmet is just awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not 3D printing, so it's
he
pretty
actually
amazing.
molded it. Yeah. That's awesome.
Now, I would never let anyone play with these because I feel like the spike could just break off at any minute.
Yeah. Well, and especially, being that it's a custom figure and everything, those are, I don't want to say one of a kind, but I mean, the next thing to one of a kind.
Rare.
They're pretty cool. And then I do actually have a custom Gondor flag to go with one of them.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, I love the flag.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's actual cloth. Like it's a really nice.
I did a great
I have 12 Gondor soldiers. I might have went a little excessive, but I just really like them.
Hey, we're all
such thing.
Yeah, we're all in the army building.
We're all obsessive.
I don't know if I'm ever going to build a Minas Tirith in the future, but I wanted to make sure I have an Osgiliath, so that's why I wanted to buy them.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Otherwise,
I think that's about it. I didn't get to talk about the Hobbit set, sadly, but we can always do that again later.
Yeah, we can do it. We'll have you back on again, man. Thanks so much for joining us, Jaws Brick World, or Azog as he's known on Eurobricks.
Or James. That's just my normal name.
Or James.
Or James. Thanks so much. Go check him out, everyone, and we'll see you on the next time.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got the iiRcadians merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. We got it all in the iiRcadians shop. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.